friends, this is Dr. Jyoti Saxena and I welcome you to my channel Biotech Made Easy. Today we'll take up another very interesting topic in the series of wastewater treatment, that is microbiology of wastewater. Wastewater treatment may look like a mechanical process, but actually the real heroes are microorganisms. So let's see how. Wastewater treatment is not only about the big tanks, pumps, blowers, machines, but in reality, more than 90% of purification is done by living microorganisms. So, in any tank, whatever kind of wastewater treatment you are doing, whatever type of reactors you are using, but in all the cases, 90% of purification is done by the living microorganisms. So, microorganisms are playing very important role. Wastewater has lots of organic matter, proteins, fats and carbohydrates are also there. Then nitrogen, phosphorus are also there. So that means wastewater has everything which any microorganism may need for their growth. During this process, different type of microbial communities can grow very easily because they can break down the organic pollutants and they grow luxuriantly. And the bacteria, fungi, viruses, algae, protozoa, all these can be seen in wastewater. Let's see what type of microbial communities are there in wastewater treatment. First are the heterotrophic bacteria, then autotrophic nitrifiers, denitrifiers, filamentous bacteria, fungi, protozoa, viruses and bacteriophages. So we'll take up all of these one by one in detail. So let's discuss the heterotrophic bacteria. Microorganisms that use the organic matter as their energy and carbon source, these are known as heterotrophic bacteria. In simple language, we can say that the heterotrophic bacteria are those which cannot make their own food. So they are dependent on the organic pollutants for their energy, and they convert the organic pollutants into carbon dioxide and water. And millions of bacteria per ml are there. Heterotrophic bacteria are present in abundance during the wastewater treatment. These are primary agents, very important bacterial community which are present in wastewater treatment. And these can remove the BOD and COD easily. And they form the activated sludge flocks that settle in the secondary clarifier. So mainly the heterotrophic bacteria are there for making the activated sludge. Examples are Bacillus, Pseudomonas, Zooglea, Flavobacterium, Acinetobacter. So these are the examples of heterotrophic bacteria. So the next one is nitrifiers. Nitrifiers are slow growing and mainly bacteria and archaea are there, and they derive their energy by oxidizing the organic nitrogen. And these are aerobic in nature. These are chemoautotrophic, that means they make their own food but with the help of chemical synthesis, chemosynthesis. They are present in aeration tank or trickling filters, biofilm, bioreactors, nitrifying membranes. So they may be present in different paths. They remove toxic ammonia and enable the biological nitrogen removal. They play very important role in biological nitrogen removal, or you say in the nitrogen cycle, because whenever the ammonia rises and it accumulates, because it is toxic, so it should not be there for a long time. So they convert this ammonia rapidly, and these are of two types. The first one is that ammonia oxidizing bacteria, that means ammonia is converted into nitrite. And the examples are Nitrosomonas, Nitrosospira and Nitrosococcus. And then the second type are nitrite oxidizing bacteria, means the nitrite which was formed in first step, that is converted into nitrate. And the genus are Nitrobacter, Nitrospina and Nitrospira. So these are the bacteria which convert. So ultimately, ammonia is converted into nitrate. Now the denitrifiers. Denitrifiers are anaerobic or facultative bacteria. They convert nitrate to nitrogen gas. See, nitrate is safer as compared to ammonia, but nitrogen is the safest. So ultimately, nitrate is converted into nitrogen gas, and denitrification process is just the reverse of nitrification. So in between, there are many steps by which at the end nitrate is converted into nitrogen. Denitrification occurs in anoxic zones. That means here no oxygen is there, oxygen is absent, and nitrate is present. So that's why these are nitrifiers. And they use as an alternative electron acceptor for respiration, because oxygen is not present, so oxygen cannot be used as electron acceptor. Here they use nitrate as the electron acceptor. And nitrogen gas is of course released in the atmosphere. So totally nitrogen is removed, and it will not go into the water bodies, and eutrophication will not take place, or the algal blooms will not take place, and the high nitrate toxicity will also not occur. So these denitrifiers are very, very important actually for the nitrogen removal. Examples are Pseudomonas itsitseri, Paracoccus denitrificans, Bacillus subtilis, Azospira, and Alkaligens species. And species of Commomonas, Rhodocyclus, Zooglea, Thiobacillus, these are also found, but they are found in biofilms and activated sludge only, not free living. Now the next one is filamentous bacteria. So why these are called filamentous bacteria? Because they are long thread-like bacteria that grow in the chains or in the filaments. That's why we call them filamentous bacteria, and they extend outside the flocs. When the flocs are formed out of these bacteria and the sludge, so they extend outside. You can see them, and found in activated sludge, foam layers, biofilms, and sometimes in the aeration tank also. These help forming the skeleton or the structure of the flocs. They are important part of flocs, but when they are present in small quantities, and they are also present in activated sludge, and they support the stable settling of the sludge. So for that, filamentous fungi are important, and that is the function of filamentous fungi in wastewater treatment. But when they are overgrown, they cause the bulking of the sludge, and foaming takes place. The sludge becomes light in weight, and then the settling becomes very poor. And the examples are Nocardia and Gordonia. And ultimately, the poor quality of effluent is formed because of the presence of these overgrown filamentous bacteria. Common genera are Microthrix, Nocardia, Gordonia, Thiothrix, and Spherotylus. Then in wastewater treatment, the microorganism may also be present in the form of biofilms. Biofilms are cluster of bacteria when bacteria stick to each other, and they also stick on a surface, and they form a film-like structure which is known as biofilm. So here the biofilm has many layers. So the outermost layer is the aerobic zone, because here the oxygen in contact with this outer zone. So that's why the outer zone is aerobic, and only those bacteria are present here which are aerobic in nature. And these are heterotrophs and nitrifiers. Then the middle zone is the transition zone, where the filamentous and nitrite oxidizing bacteria are present. And then the inner one is anoxic zone, and they have the anaerobic pockets where no oxygen is there, and those bacteria can survive here which do not need oxygen, and these are the denitrifying bacteria and archaea. So, of course, bacteria are the main community, but fungi, protozoa, they are also present in biofilms. Then the next one is phosphorus accumulating organisms. So, there are certain bacteria which can remove phosphorus from the wastewater. And because they are accumulating phosphorus accumulating organisms, so they store it in their cells as polyphosphate. So, that is a kind of reserve food material for these bacteria. They enable biological removal of phosphorus, and then they also reduce the need of chemical doses for precipitation of phosphorus. If for precipitation of phosphorus any chemical doses are needed, then these are very good alternative. Also, they protect lake and river from eutrophication. Eutrophication is a process when lots of phosphorus and nitrogen is present, and because of that the algal blooms are formed, which may cause lots of hazards for the aquatic life. So they protect the water bodies, lakes and rivers from the eutrophication. And most dominant one is Candidatus accumulibacter. Then the next one comes anaerobic bacteria. These microorganisms drive sludge digestion and biogas production. So these microorganisms are important. They are present in the biogas production. They help there and in sludge digestion. Hydrolytic bacteria are there which break the complex organic pollutants into sugar, fatty acids, and the examples are Clostridium, bacteroids, and Cellulomonas. So these are the bacteria which are hydrolytic. And acidogenic bacteria are also there, which are again anaerobic in nature, and they convert the sugars to volatile fatty acids or alcohols, and these are Lactobacillus, Peptostreptococcus, and Eubacterium. So besides these two, acetogenic bacteria are also there, which convert the volatile fatty acids into acetic acid because these are acetogenic, and along with that carbon dioxide and water. And the examples are Acetobacterium, Desulfovibrio, and Centrophomonas. Then methanogens can also be there. These methanogens form methane from acetic acid or hydrogen and carbon dioxide, and methanoceta and methanobacterium are the examples. So these type of anaerobic bacteria, I mean, like different type of anaerobic bacteria are present in wastewater treatment. Then small number of fungi may also be present in the wastewater treatment. Fungi break down the complex and hard to degrade degrade compounds like lignin, cellulose, dyes. There are many compounds which are not degraded by bacteria and archaea. So fungi help there. So very hard to degrade compounds can be degraded by fungi, and they contribute to the biofilm structure also because they make the stable structure of biofilm, and they improve the degradation of industrial wastewater. When they are overgrown, then they may cause the sludge bulking. So, in small number, they are quite good. They have a function, but when they are overgrown, they can cause the sludge bulking. And common ones are Aspergillus, Penicillium, Trichoderma, Fusarium, and many others. Protozoans can also be present in wastewater treatment. These include amoeba, flagellates, and ciliates. They may be free living or stalked. Both kind of protozoans can be present in wastewater. They feed on bacteria and other microscopic organisms because protozoans are known to feed on bacteria. So when they feed on them, they can keep the bacterial population in balance. So the overgrowth of bacterial population is not done here. So they also consume particulate organic matter present in wastewater. So not only they feed on bacteria, but they can also have the organic matter in the wastewater. So their presence is important and it is essential and it is considered healthy. So if protozoans are present in wastewater, it is always considered good. And they are called as the sewage polishers, which improve the clarity and quality of the treated water. So if protozoa are present in the wastewater treatment, then they are considered a good sign for the best quality of water. Then viruses are also present, and these viruses may be, disease causing viruses. They may produce certain diseases. They enter into the wastewater mainly through the human excreta, because wastewater is having all kind of sewage that includes the human excreta also. So from there they enter into the treatment plant. And wastewater may also contain bacteriophages. So certain bacteriophages are also there which can feed upon or which can attack bacteria. Now let's see the factors that affect the growth of these microorganisms. Temperature is an important factor which can affect the growth of bacteria and all other microorganisms. Optimum temperature is best for the growth of the microorganism, but if it is higher, then many of the microorganisms may be killed. And if it is very low, in that case also the growth will become very slow. So optimum temperature is needed. pH should be in between 6.5 to 8. That is the best for the growth of all type of microorganism. But if it goes above or below this range, then that may affect the growth of the microorganism negatively. Then DO is dissolved oxygen. Then this dissolved oxygen is favorable for the nitrifiers. But if it is lower, then it may favor the filamentous bacteria. And we know that if the overgrowth of filamentous bacteria is there, then it may cause the sludge bulking. As far as the nutrients are concerned, nutrients are already there in the organic matter for the growth of bacteria. So that is not a problem. But sometimes the ammonia rises and ammonia is toxic. So that may inhibit the growth of bacteria and other microorganisms. And similarly, if there is no phosphorus or no nitrogen at all or very little in amount, then again it may cause the formation of the filamentous bacteria, which is not good. If it is overgrown, it is not good. Then the next one is FM ratio. FM ratio is the food and microorganism ratio. So initially, when the microorganisms are less in the initial stages, lots of food is there, and that is good for the growth of microorganism. But with time, more microorganisms will be there, and if the food is less, then the growth will be a little less. MCRT, that is mean cell residence time. So this is a key parameter, and it measures the average length of time microorganisms spend in activated sludge system. So longer MCRT, better nitrification, but it should not be very, very long, but otherwise it is good for the nitrification. And toxic compounds may also be present in the wastewater treatment plants, and these may be in the form of heavy metals or phenols, chlorine. So if they are present in large quantity, then they can kill the microorganisms to certain extent, and that may affect the growth of the microorganisms. So what is the summary? Microorganisms are real engineers of wastewater treatment, as we said in the starting, that of course the reactors are important, different parts are important, but at the same time microorganisms are most important one. And different group of microorganisms are there, and they have different type of functions, they perform different jobs, and all of them are very important. And healthy microbial community should be there if all type of microorganisms are present in good number, in balanced numbers, then clean and safe effluent we get. So this is all for this particular video. Thank you so much, and please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.